Nusatsum Forest Service Road. Alright, so this sign here, log 1978, planted 1979, juvenile spaced 1990s. So this logging operation is a little bit more recent. Picnic table. This is the viewpoint for Odegaard Falls. That is pretty majestic. That thing easily tumbles over 300 meters. And I think it's just a hanging valley right above it. All these mountains are spectacular. This one right in front of me is very daunting. Just a big dome that just shoots straight up. I think I'm just gonna camp here for the night. Good pull out. I hate those gutters that they made for the stream runoff because I could feel my trailer just scraping. I'm hitting every single one of them. But the peak I'm gonna try and do tomorrow, I believe it is called Odegaard Mountain. It's that one there with a little glacier up there. That's my intended goal, and I'm hoping it should have a really nice view from the top. It's not really that tall, but it's very doable, I think at least. I would catch the Ape Lake trail, which also passes by Hammer Lake. And from Hammer Lake you can also climb up, I think it's called Cub Peak. Either that or Polar Peak, I can't remember. But either way, we'll see how it looks tomorrow. But for right now, this looks like a pretty ideal spot. Even looks like a dog collar there. And I just climbed from the top of a steep section of hill there. It was not fun. I had to go really slow, but I made it. And this is where I'm going to spend the night. Look at that alpenglow. These mountains have a way of really keeping everything wet. That mountain there should be my first destination. I'm eventually gonna have to find a way to bushwhack up through all that tangle. And there's in satellite view, there's some really cool glacial lakes up there. So when there's no boardwalk, it's definitely slow through the mud. My shoes are already soaked. And look at that peak. It's just huge ice falls. This is truly a gem of a hike. The trail definitely needs some repairs. These boardwalks are pretty old. You can just see how they've all disintegrated into the ground. The next couple days are supposed to be somewhat nice weather. Cold, chilly mornings like this, but I'll have to plan coming back here another year. This is just gorgeous scenery. I'm kind of ashamed I didn't really think this one through. But I'm hoping, at least with my scouting, to be able to get up to at least one of these summits. I really want to see more of the Monarch Icefield. That's just incredible. So this is what I believe they call Hammer Lake. Nice backdrop. I've never seen this kind of fungi before. It's really pretty. The small ones look like scallops. Okay, so my phone identified them as angel wings. Oh, I guess I have identified them before, back on September 13th, 2021, 3 years ago. So the Ape Lake Trail keeps on going here, but I think I'm going to start veering off in my own bushwhack, and I got to start climbing up this ridge. There's a little knoll right up through in there, which I think I can get up to this little false summit and then skirt along the base of the mountain. And I'm sort of actually backtracking just because there were too much cliffs and a lot of thick brush to make a direct shot. Oh, the typical coast mountain bushwhack. It's completely soaked in the legs. I'm hoping the sun will come out throughout the day and dry a lot of this up. I don't think this is the talus field that I want. I think it goes up a little bit too steep and not into a base of a bunch of cliffs. So here we get a view looking back towards Hammer Lake. My approach is straight up through this tangle, and just below this false summit there was a line of talus rocks that should get me above all the little evergreens. So some not so friendly terrain up ahead. It's kind of this eroded leftover moraine, gravel and rock mix. I'm getting a lot higher up now. The views are starting to open up even more. There's a very tall mountain in the middle of the screen, far away there. I think that is Monarch Mountain. It's the highest point in this region. Oh, look at that, a very tiny little glacier. Right now I'm on the snow, but you can see the ice, one little crevasse. And from there, I gotta cut diagonal straight that way and gain the ridge. Here's the transition between the fern and the ice. Right now I'm just gonna stay on the fern. Keep in mind there's easier ways to summit this mountain. I just have a nag of always choosing the airy approaches. Although this one isn't too bad. What I have to worry about though is the wet moss and the downsloped heather. That's where I could easily slip. Alright, so straight ahead. That's my little approach, and I'm hoping I can make it. By the way, there's a cool little tarn, little pond of water. Here's the drop, and there's the incline. You can see the water splashing from an overhang. Oh yeah, there's the glacier. These mountains are sure something else. It's Mount Sogstad, I believe. There's a big tarn directly below me. I hope to get to it, or drone fly to it. Okay, for the latter half a kilometer up, I got my micro spikes on. And we should hopefully have a nice easy little trek. Very short distance it looks like. I got a handful of crevasses here. So wherever the snow is lying on top of, like you see here, that's where it can get a little deceptive. So if I could just preferably stay on the ice, which I think I can jump across. Right here, to right there, and then I don't trust this at all. Yeah, it's breaking through on me. Across right here. That is a cool ice cave though. Wish I could explore it. haven't seen any mountain goats. I'm seeing a lot of their scat on the ice, especially as we get near the summit. Should be getting pretty close to the top. Almost on the summit here. Holy crap. There's a little cairn there. Somebody has been here before. Oh, this is British Columbia at its finest. There's a helicopter over in that direction. Kind of hard to see him. I'm actually higher than it. There it is. I wonder if he sees me. Right where the glacier is. Alright, right in the core of the ice field. And don't be fooled, just because you don't see any glaciers this way looking north doesn't mean that they're all on the other side. It's just the sun hits these faces more. Mount Saugstad. I believe those mountains all over there are all on the other side of the Bentink Arm, which is that inlet by Bella Coola. There's the south one and there's the north one, and I think that would be where the south one is. Okay, we are off the glacier.
I just wanna go where you go tonight. Maybe hold my hand, take me one more time. I don't wanna be without you again. I want you to stay, 'cause it feels so great.
This was laying way up here. I wonder if it measured the glacier or retreat or something like that. I've seen these wooden posts elsewhere on some of the mountains in the province here.
I just wanna go where you go tonight. Maybe hold my hand, take me one more time. I don't wanna be without you again. I want you.
Alright, back at the trail where I split off from this morning. And that way's to Ape Lake. One of these days, Ape Lake, I will conquer you. But for now, we'll go our separate ways.